Hey everyone, welcome back to Jaraci Cup 14. This is going to be another game by Majiir Paktu, this time facing against AGameAnx. KVG, again, we've seen this before. And AGameAnx is going to pick Kartoba for map 1. It seems like the map picks are just, you know, A-Game wants Galzi and Majiir takes Conef. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is actually flipped. This time Majiir is the Conef player. Okay. I'll go make some coffee. Yeah. Just the snooze fest, right? KVG is an interesting matchup, because it's pretty much like the mirror match, except things are very, very different on the carrier front. And I guess I feel like on an open map like this, it actually favors Galzian in the late game, I think, because I feel like the Galzian carrier is really, really strong on opener maps, is that a word? But Con of Siege always throws things into the mix a little bit. At any rate, it definitely feels like rushing Conef is really hard. Not only you've got the missiles to contend with, which can really be a headache, but they get the range for free, you know, you power up the weapons, it's pretty hard to dive them, so... Yeah. But again, that's the thing, Majiir was like, he was a good player in the Artifact Cups, right, so... It wouldn't be surprising if he plays in the next tournament to see him make upper bracket. What you're saying, A-Game, is that he's gonna 2-0 you right here, right? Base runner retained for both players, by the way, so this is a little bit retro. Actually, the scanner was already deployed by A-Game. Yeah, I call that tier 2. It's like cookies or no fun or something like that, right? Which, I mean, man, those aren't bad players, you know? Those aren't bad players at all. And I'm pretty sure you won some of the Artifact Cups too, right? Honestly, I should really, like, look into that sort of thing so that I know the narratives a bit better, but I'm pretty sure you won a few of them. I think they ran like 45 Artifact Cups, didn't they? Oh, 1 out of 45, that's pretty good odds. By the way, Majiir dangerously close to finding the base runner from A-Game here, but it looks like he is not going to find it there. A couple blast drones being built, you love to see it. Yeah. Well, Tren was good. Tren was really good back in his day. He never learned Jaraci very well, but... He even did some casting. It'd be nice to get more casters in the OK. I'm the only one. No tech for A-Game yet makes this a little bit dangerous. The blast drone wants to hit the eco and then the sandskimmers finish the kills. Oh, and the sandskimmers, you can't stand still here. Ah! Oh gosh. Okay, this is not good for A-Game all of a sudden. Oh jeez, this is actually terrible. So he's gonna lose a lot of salvagers here, I think, because these guys are all wounded. It's really easy to finish them off. Looks like actually he'll only get one. If I were March Bottom now, I'm looking, or sorry, not March Bottom, Majiir right now, I'm looking at getting tech. You get tech, you can probably end the game here. The base runner was retained to build the blast drones, of course, so he's just gonna grab an extraction out here, by the way. This is good, though. This is like a really good showing at the beginning against A-Game here. Who, by the way, to his credit, he doesn't have a salvager over here, so he's learning. But yeah, no tech for Majiir is gonna slow this down quite a lot. This is where you'd love to have railguns, but I think he's only got one on RUs. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. No, wouldn't that be unfair? Because didn't you say it gives you some giant eco advantage randomly? /S. Majiir has got armor 1, by the way, on the sandskimmers. Again, I'm not a big fan of this, but at this point he's got a lot of them, so maybe it's actually fine. We'll find out, won't we? Base runner heal gonna be used here. That makes things very difficult for the guy trading into it, but that's okay. I mean, he's just got the numbers here. He's gonna win this. No salvager jetpack's gonna be attempted here either. Okay, there they are now, but they're kind of a miss. They don't really get anything done. I don't know if Majiir split that intentionally, but they kind of like landed right in the middle of the two blobs there. And now, again, we're gonna see salvagers going down pretty quickly here. And the scanner will fall too. I mean, I guess that's nice, but... Actually, he's gonna... Oh! Yeah, look at that. A-Game GG's out. Jeez, man. And Majiir takes game 1 on Kartoba in a crazy upset. That was not expected at all, but well played to him. And March 1's right, but base runner heal affects allies quite a lot more. So I don't know the exact numbers, but I'd bet it's like 20% of the healing goes to enemies as opposed to like to allies. Yeah, dang, Majiir wins game 1. I can smell the 2-0. It's only a little further. You know, that's actually really big implications for this bracket though, because that probably is gonna put Marchwald at seed 1 here as he comes out of Group A. I could really mix things up. Majiir takes Galzine for this game, so I'm not going to be Conf again. Which is a pity, because he did pretty well there. AGame's going to grab Sawan, and then Majiir takes tight end passage once again. Yeah, he don't want to be beaten up like that again. Hey, who can blame him? That was brutal. Ace Runner Retired comes in for Majiir. Excuse me, hiccups. No scanner, so that's a bit unfortunate, but yeah, we'll see what his plan is. Right now, Sandskimmer Fab is coming out right away. He's retired the base runner. And base runner Retire comes out for A-Game as well, but he's going to fire this probe off first. Wants to see what's going on. If you can kill this probe, that's actually pretty big. But A-Game is usually on top of the probe micro. It doesn't usually lose these things, so... You know who's really insane about that is Discara. It's like impossible to kill the man's probe, but... Yeah, speaking of Discara. Well, you should just play Conf and then it'll be like a buff to you, right? Looks like this PC is trying to ninja. You can see him trying to get around here, but the probe is gonna see it. And the probe will back away, but that's fine for A-Game. So at this point, I think that the game is up. You ought to just attack from this side where it's faster. Yeah, me too, frankly. But the probe here, this is what you really always want to be doing with the probe if you're the Coalition Savon player here. Send it to the carrier, right? What you want to know is what's the tech. I'm not really interested in following the PC and then getting shot down eventually. I know what's coming. I want to see what the tech is. So he sends the probe over here to the carrier, and he will pop that one in once he thinks that tech is likely to be finished. And LEV Fab here is gonna come out for A-Game. Check the resources tab and see how close he is to maybe getting like production upgrade. Not at all. Aelin gonna get deployed here, but this one actually maybe could be a target. Looks like for now Majiir is just gonna slide over to this side, maybe attack this salvager over here. Yeah, but A-Game doesn't want to move his carry. He wants to keep it on the main base that he has a bit more defense. So this is actually the correct play, I would say. Still though, a salvager goes down. And the tech is going to be Sandskimmer rating. So again, not really a fan of this. I think if you want your early game rushes to succeed, you really need to be picking up a unit type. And here, I think it's probably Rails. Yeah, A-Game is going to be teching into AVs here. But to Majiir's credit, like, every time he does this, he ends up with tons of Sandskimmers. You can see he's already got 11 of them. That's more than you expect in this kind of early game rush. So, Sandskimmer rating is going to finish. And then I'll probably get fleet cap up. If he's like me, he won't get fleet cap up until he can't build any more units, and then he'll be like, "Oh, what? I need to get this." That's what I would do. But yeah, this is tons of Sandskimmers. So, I mean, I agree. Like, and the reason is because he's not getting tech, right? So it's kind of like it's bad, but it's good too. If you kind of expect your opponent to never do this, maybe this could surprise you every now and then. That's a lot of Sandskimmers. 12 of them right now, although one just fell. Well, now there's 13, so I don't know. I guess I guess he gained one out of nowhere. Yeah, to be fair, this is a very good LEV map because the spaces are quite large that you get to fight around. But, you know, Majiir has rating, so actually this makes it a little difficult to get away. It's gonna jump on them now. If I were Majiir, I think actually you really want to just push this. I think he can win it. But he's gonna run back. On the run up here, it's really tough. Like, you end up taking a lot of damage on the way up, and then when you come back, you know, you take some damage on the way out as well. But AV tech is done here, and when AVs come out, they're not just gonna like insta-jib all the sand skimmers, but with the LAVs in tow as well, like that. Okay, this is a bit dangerous though. Majiir should turn around and just kill these LAVs right now. Ooh. Oh gosh. Okay, the LAVs are probably gonna be okay, because now the AV is here with them. Gosh, that made me a little nervous though. But yeah, when the AVs come out, if they have LAVs with them, the sand skimmers are just never going to be able to get a good trade anymore. So now you need tech, and Majiir has got it. He has a soul chip tech, so he's building those right now. But now the clock is ticking for him because A-Game is on 2 base, and that makes things difficult, of course. Armor 1 finishes for the AVs here. Still, you can see this guy taking a lot of damage. Soul chip pops as well. But this is what I mean, now that the LAVs are in tow, it's going to be so hard to take any good trades here. However, he gets some good damage on this one AV, so that is going to force it to go back and heal. It's interesting, the battle of like LAV versus Skim is kind of flipped in the armored units, where the Galzian one has a bit more range, but it's slower. But the big deal is that AVs have smoke, and that can really change the flavor of this matchup. Armor 1 coming out from Majiir, that's good. You really need that. And he's got pretty upgraded skims too. I mean, again, I usually say this is a bad thing to do when you only have the one production line, but he's got so many of them, it's actually gonna be pretty handy for him. But still, you're fighting into 2 base economy, so you've got to get something done eventually. I love this move, by the way, where A-Game's gonna take 2 AVs out to the side and try to backstab. The AV infestation, yeah. Yeah, Majiir is just always going to be... He's always going to be lacking money here. So, you see he's got 6 on the main, he just built an LD himself, but eventually those AVs will hit, and that'll probably do some serious damage. LAV gets picked off here, but it might cost him in the soul chip. Oh, you need to be careful here. Oh gosh, okay, this guy gets away with 30 HP. This guy might be able to go out and snipe him, but it doesn't look like it. So 1 LAV dies, 1 Skim dies, looks like everything else is about even. But Majiir is having a really hard time getting in here, because, you know, it's like, it's 2 base AV production. He's just going to keep getting more and more numbers eventually. These guys are almost at the base, too. Again, this map has a huge rush distance randomly, but... Looks like it's going to be ref mode for Majiir, and he'll try to go back to his base. Yeah, I agree with A-Game. But yeah, for sure, like, railguns is probably the pick here. Slopey. Oh yeah, don't they slow by like 25 or something? Here come the AVs. Normally what you want to do here is like smoke the missile launcher. That one's actually a little bit too far. But the line of sight is actually calculated from the missile launcher, so if you drop the smoke onto it, then the missiles can't hit you, which is interesting. Looks like 2 salvagers gonna die here. That's actually not the biggest value. It's a little bit surprising he didn't get more out there. That was a power 0 carrier. Oh gosh, what's happening over here? Well, it's an 8-on-1, so I mean, I guess we know what the result there is. Well, it does slow Strikecraft only, right? Oh yeah, were you trying to hit it, but you weren't like hitting the right zone? It's that thing right on the end. It's weird, like Saban is the only one that has it somewhere else, where it's right next to the bridge. It seems like kind of a strange choice to me, but you know. All the other carriers, it's on the back left in particular. It's gonna be Siege from Majiir. He is on 2 base now. Railguns are a big problem though, because you can't build assault chips anymore. Looks like Majiir is gonna try and slide through and hit these railguns, but smoke is gonna delay for a lot of time here. This guy barely survives. The smoke though, again, it's just gonna buy so much time. The AVs will kill him pretty quick. And the Sandskimmer blob goes down, and at this point things look pretty bad for Majiir. I like Siege. Then you know you've got some answer to the railguns of your opponent, but it's just gonna be too little, too late. It'd be funny if he gets this artifact though. This really should not work. Yeah, he's gonna stop that one. Rompafrolic would be proud though, building base runners when you're about to die. You know that is kind of his move. Here, I think Power 1 might be good, but he really needs to build a siege cruiser to. Yeah, I don't know. This is not really an answer at this point, is there? And that is indeed one whole buttload. Yeah, that's an SI unit now. Yeah, if it was Con F Siege, that might be different, right? Oh my gosh, my ear has been popped this whole time, and I just yawned, and like I can finally hear again out of my right ear. That's so good. Anyway, siege cruiser building for Majiir finally, but yeah, it's got to be too little, too late. Once this thing jumps out, you can jump it with the AAVs, so. And these AAVs hitting the main base too, they're gonna put on some serious pressure. Would be nice if A-Game would move up a little bit, even with the railguns, but. I agree. I agree. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean, you know what I mean. Actually, A-Game is playing this really slow. This is the A-Game style. So the siege cruiser pops out here, and it's not dead yet, so that's pretty good. Armor's getting hit by railguns though. You need the siege to barrage this immediately. Yeah, he's gonna get a pretty good barrage off. Now it's time to run though. Yeah. You see what I mean. He didn't actually manage to get any kills here with the barrage either, so... To be fair, that was a little bit unlucky. But yeah, he's gonna GG out. He knows what's happening now. And there you go. A 1-for-1, like, can you believe it? I really did not think Majiir was gonna take any games off of A-Game, so... Sure. He doesn't win game 2, but honestly he made this one look pretty good too, and I think he should be pretty happy with the result. Nicely played, nicely played.